Hi everyone, today I will present my test mining project where I analyze Yelp Restaurant Review to understand what drives positive and negative customer experiences. In the restaurant industry, online reviews play a very important role because many customers read reviews before deciding where to eat. However, restaurants often receive thousands of reviews and it's difficult for managers to read and analyze all of them. This creates a business challenge where important customer feedback may be hidden in large amount of test data. So the key questions of this project is what factors drive positive and negative restaurant experiences. If restaurants can identify the insights, they can improve service quality, customer satisfaction, and operational decision. To answer these questions, I use a dataset of Yelp restaurant reviews from Kangaroo to contain thousands of customer review tests and rating scores. I use the Weka tool to analyze this. So in this project, I will first collect the review dataset and then I pre-processing the test and then apply machine learning and the last one is sentiment prediction. Because machine learning algorithm cannot analyze raw text directly, the review text must be converted into numerical features. This step was done by using the string to work better filter, which convert the text into work vectors by on work frequency. So I set the IDF transform to downweight common words and highlight informative words. TF transform to use tone frequency to present word importance. Lowercase token to standardize text by converting on word to lowercase. Steamer to reduce the number of unique word features. And I use stoplet to remove common stop words. And then I keep the 1000 most frequent words. After this step, each review becomes a various work features that can be analyzed by machine learning model. To simplify the sentiment analysis, I interpreted rating at three categories. Rating of 4, 5 represent positive reviews. Rating of 1 to represent negative reviews. And neutral review with rating 3 were removed to ensure classification. After preparing the dataset, I test two classification models. The first one is naive, which is commonly used for text classification because it works well with large number of text features. The second one is 348, with tree decision tree in Weka to create classification rules and can capture relationship between features. I hope testing multiple model will allow me to compare the performance. So the model will evaluate this using cross-validation because it reduces randomness in research, provide more reliable performance estimate, and can maximize training data usage. After running the model, I found that the decision tree model were better at capturing relationship between words and sentiment patterns. However, the most valuable outcome of this project is not only the model accuracy, but also the insight extracted from the test data. This analysis already reveals several interesting patterns. We can see that in positive review, words such as delicious, fresh, great, and friendly appear frequently. In contrast, negative reviews often include slow, way, rude, and expensive. This analysis already provides useful insight into what customers most care when they evaluate restaurant experiences. So we can see that positive reviews are strongly related to food quality and positive staff interaction, which suggests that the factor play an important role in customer satisfaction. In contrast, negative reviews indicate operational problems such as low service, long waiting time, negative staff behavior, and concern about pricing. The bottom reveal important operational insight that restaurant manager can add on. For example, if review frequently mentions slow service or long-term waiting, restaurants may need to increase staffing during peak hours or improve table management system. If customers frequently mention pricing culture, restaurant may need to adjust pricing strategy. Similarly, if customers often decline staff as friendly, this indicates that maintaining strong service culture and employee training is essential. The insights show how Tasmanian can turn large amount of customer feedback into actionable business knowledge. One thing that's going well in this project is that Tasmanian allow me to analyze thousands of reviews much faster than manual reading. Using Weka, I was able to convert raw text into structured data and apply machine learning model to classify customer sentiment. Another positive outcome was comparing different models, testing both net-based and 348 helped me understand how different algorithms perform when working with test data, and the analyst also revealed some clear patterns in customer feedback. These patterns have highlighted the main factors that influence customer satisfaction in restaurants. One difficulty in this process is that customer reviews are written in natural language. Many reviews include slang and mixed opinion in the same review, so some of them praise the food but complain about the service. And it actually harder for the model to clearly classify the sentiment. Another challenge was choosing the right pre-processing setting in Webcam. There are several setups that can affect the final result, such as how many rules to keep or how rare rules should be handled. So, based on that, the model accuracy may not always perfectly reflect the true sentiment of every review. So, if these projects were developed further for a real business situation, first I would apply topic modeling to group customer comment into specific operational categories such as service speed, food quality, pricing, or restaurant atmosphere. This would help manager quickly understand the main operational problem. And second, I would analyze customer sentiment over time. I hope that by tracking how sentiment changes across different periods, managers could see whether operational changes actually improving customer satisfaction. Thus, I would combine sentiment analysis with other business data such as sales or customer traffic. I believe that this would allow the restaurant to measure whether improvement in customer satisfaction leads to better financial performance. So the key here is that instead of reading hundreds of reviews one by one, we could use tools like Weka to see the overall pattern in what customers like or do not like. We can see how this analysis can help managers where restaurants should pay close attention to service speed and consistency because complaints about slow service appear frequently in negative reviews. Okay, I hope that these projects can help veterans spot problems faster, see what matter most to customer, and make decisions to improve the service. So thank you for following. Please let me know if you have any questions or consideration. Thank you very much.